picture, that's what I'm focused on. I don't care about beef. I don't care about who doesn't like me. I don't care about any of that stuff. The most I can do and say is, if I've wronged somebody, I apologize for hurting your feelings. But what I've said has already been said. Let's move on. Let's make money. Let's be civil. I'm always going to use that word, civil. I nominated Lilo. I accept that fact. It was the first nomination I had ever made. Nobody can ever say that it was out of spite, or was out, because I didn't know nothing when I sat in that diary room. I tried to think of the most strategic way to vote for people that I liked. It's not easy.
So you felt you were closer to other people than...
100%.
Okay.
100%. I will never deny that.
That's good. I mean, I really appreciate the fact that you say what you say and you say it with your chest. That's good. That's good. I'm not going to speak too much on that. But let's take some questions from social media.
Okay.
And let's see what they have to say. I have to ask you. I'm just going to drop this one first. A lot of people are calling you the Queen of Flames. They love you. Cool. Now, Moti_O is saying, V, my babe, do you regret not showing enough emotion on the show, especially since most Nigerian viewers are emotionally inclined?
That's just how I am. Call it a coping mechanism. When you have spent a lot of time in your life being hurt by different people, you learn how to have very thick skin, and it makes you appear cold. The reality of that is I am very emotional. I just don't like showing it because people have tended to take that as a weakness. So it's something I prefer to show in private. I'm not cold. I just have thicker skin than a lot of people. It's just how I was built.
So I'm going to, off of that, I'm going to ask, like, where do you feel, at what point in time in the show did you feel like you were your most vulnerable? Because yes, you have a thick skin, but you're not perfect. You know, we are all not perfect.
When I stood in the bottom four, and I realized that people out there may not be too into me, and I had a lot of thinking to do. I cried like a baby, and I had to man up because I can't be thinking about who or who doesn't like me outside when I still have things to do inside this house. I didn't want to leave with regrets, and that's why I had to keep it pushing.
And then Lala of Lagos is asking about your beef with Tolanibaj, because you guys aren't following each other on Instagram anymore.
Yeah.
So is there a hope of a reconciliation?
I don't have beef with Tolanibaj. Beef is a word when it's two-sided.
Okay.
I didn't block anybody. I didn't unfollow anybody.
Did she block you?
Yeah, I'm blocked, boy.
Damn.
I'm beef or blocked. But I'm not beefing anyone, to make that very, very clear. I intend on being civil. If I see her and we have the conversation, we have the conversation. But one thing I don't do is force things. If you don't like me, don't like me.
Man, she blocked you. You guys in the same industry. I'm gonna go to Twitter. Moving on to Twitter.
Move.
Let me see her handle. I'm just gonna call her handle. At Faykemi_ is asking, can we get a scarf merch? Also, you mentioned you were thinking of going into natural hair care in the house. How far that one?
Scarf merch. I'll write that down on my to-do list, because a lot of you have been asking about that. Also, natural hair. Due to all those darling challenges, you guys have seen my natural hair. They saw my natural hair a lot. And yeah, I wanted to dive into that. I just need to get my edges back, because blow drying your hair every single week is
I got
not
my edges,
easy.
girl.
No, I need to get my edges back. But yes, things are coming. We have ideas. We have many ideas coming.
And we'll be looking forward to that. My final question from Twitter, at Jupsy for me is asking, will you cut down on your bluntness, knowing fully well it might make you lose friends and maybe business? And thanks for being there for Lekon.
We don't know if my bluntness is going to make me lose business, because I've only been outside for 4 days. Being blunt, I don't know why it's being seen as such a negative thing. I feel like the only lesson I can learn from being blunt is being wise with my bluntness. Because I'm always going to tell the truth. And I cannot deceive you. I can't beat around the bush to make a certain point. If I beat around the bush to make certain points in the house, things would have been very different. I don't think I don't ever want to be seen as fake. I would rather be seen as blunt than fake. We'll see where that takes me. But the only lesson I've learned from the house is be blunt with sense.
Apply wisdom.
Yeah.
All right, B. Thank you so much for
You're
your
welcome.
time. I wish you all the best in the future.
Thank you.
You know, going to higher places
Thank you
than
so much.
Fifth.
You know, we in our 1%, because my 1% is...
Nah. See, I will say this. I'm not a fan of that 1%. As a trash talker, I would do that, but people need to understand that 1%...
It's still a lot.
1% of what was it? Because your 25% 2 weeks ago might be 250,000 people, but your 1% could be 2 million people. So it's not necessarily... I take no sides, but I would just put that out there like, nah, girl, own your 1% with your chest. Maybe release a hair care line.
Yes.
Only for the 1%.
No, for everybody, even my haters.
Fair enough. All right, guys, you can catch up with V by following her across her social media handles. It's on your screen right now. You can catch me on mine and follow Olorisupergal across all social media platforms. Till I come your way next time, I go by the name of Chewy Chew. This has been V, and this has been Olorisupergal TV.
Thank you.